And we are back with another Boss Bus Between the Cheeks Gargoyle Extreme Fiasco Extravaganza with the one, the only. You may know him as Jacob, but you might also know him as the Gargoyle.
Thanks for coming, man.
Oh, of course.
How you doing?
Chilling. Waiting for this stuff to blow over again. It kind of looked like it was going okay, and then it...
Strapping down, getting ready for another wave.
Yep. And the winter's always slow too, so it's kind of a double whammy, but we're going to chuck through it and see what happens.
Time to save some money.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Hopefully.
I mean, that's the goal.
True.
Yep.
Dude, it's great to have you on. I mean, we've obviously seen you play shows in the past. You had a great silent disco that we went to.
Yes.
I remember tuning into you on the Red Channel. That was pretty fire.
That was interesting.
Didn't you start out with D&B that night?
Do you know who I am? Yeah, I did actually. I fired off with Liquid and then went into a little bit of rollers and forgot that it was 2 a.m. and everybody was already ready to go, so I dove into that delicious halftime. And we kind of just rocked back and forth from Liquid to halftime all night. And it was a good time. It was nice to have Glava next door playing some psytrance as well, so like 2 sounds that you don't really get very often around here.
No.
And it was cool watching the sea of blue to the sea of red to the mix to the sea to the sea. It was cool. It was nice. The whole set, it was just back and forth because Glava's obviously excellent as well, and we had a great time playing obscure shit.
I loved being able to jump with the different colors and everything, being able to just float around to different people and flip to their channel for a second and just get down with everybody, talk to them, and then go to the next next channel with the next group, and then just kind of bounce back and forth and kind of incorporate that knowledge with the color distinguishment just to kind of start more conversation, because it makes
I never
it a little
thought
bit
about
easier.
that as a conversation piece too. Interesting. That's
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, because I'm newer to silent discos. That was probably my second one I've ever been to.
That was actually the first one I've ever been to and ever done.
Hey.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean,
That was
I went to
interesting.
a couple at festivals like that. One at Dance Fest 2 years ago, I think, by the main stage, or 3 years ago, or not. No, it was 515 2 years ago. And it was just it's such a foreign concept to me. When I go to shows, I want everything to be so loud that I'm
right.
There's out of body basically. So having the headphones on kind of thing was okay, if I can do this at home, what are you gonna do differently here to make this a show experience? And seeing the different kinds of things that have been incorporated as I've been going to different ones, I'm okay,
Right.
Wow, this is actually super
Right.
cool. This isn't just headphones. There's different dynamics that get practiced at silent discos. There's different kinds of creativities and different kinds of just utilities that are used in general.
Right, and it's especially good for more than one group of people too, because you could if you do silent discos and stuff, you could bring a service animal to a show without hurting it. You could maybe your ears are like mine and a little bit backwards. I can't hear anything, but some people can't hear anything and loud sounds hurt. So those with the headphones, you can control the volume and not hurt your hearing and all that stuff. Not have to wear earplugs and yell at your friends from 2 feet in front of their face just to get them to hear you. You know,
parts of shows too.
No, but same.
Yeah,
the Royal Grove with all the subs, I will stand and just back against them. It's there. But even then, that's when it starts to sound loud to me. So it's my hearing's a little messed up from this, but I still have a good time. It don't matter.
Oh yeah, dude, that Royal Grove show, you put it well, because I remember I walked in and I started talking to you, and I was a foot away from you, and I was like, "Hey, dude, it's really good to see you. How's it going?" Just yelling over everything.
And everybody's like, "What?" From right there, you're like, "Fuck."
Yeah, you see them full projecting their voice, and you're like put your ear right next to their mouth. You're I don't want you to have to keep yelling. You're going to lose your voice, because we're all screaming at each other, but we're also standing within 3 feet of the sub. So
that's when you're like, "Hey, come outside. You want a cigarette?"
Let's just at least take 5 steps away from the sub, because we're right here.
Right.
But it's you keep trying because you don't want to move. When you get that spot, you're just
You feel like Jello in front of those subs, and it's so nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Helps my back. It's just, it's glorious.
Yep, it's like a sound massage.
For real.
That's how it feels.
It's
Dude.
great. It's lovely.
So, for people that might not know, who are you?
Well, as I said, I'm Jacob. I hail from Salt Lake City and got stuck here in Omaha.
Wow. I didn't know that.
I have a friend from Salt
Fun
Lake.
fact.
Yeah.
I'm from the beautiful place, not the Nebraska. I talk shit, but it's pretty beautiful too.
Yeah.
We have the best skies you can see, but our mountains in Utah are just...
I've seen some pictures. I have a friend from out in Salt Lake.
Oh, it's so nice.
It is super nice.
It's beautiful, and things are great out there. And it's super expensive. It's like 4 times the cost of living.
Isn't it the highest population of the Mormon religion as well?
You bet. That's where it fired off. My great-grandma was the last Mormon in my family, thank God, so I didn't grow up with that shit. But
my friend is, like, stepped away from being Mormon, but he's Mormon. Like, his family is Mormon when they, like, moved from there to here.
And, like, I don't feel, like, you know, I don't try to dog anybody's religion, but, like, I look like I got tattoos, I got pierced ears, I smoke, I drink, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even have a chance of being a part of that, which is, like, super limiting because I'm a free sculpted guy, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm not about that, but I don't know, it's fun, I guess, in a way. Sometimes it's fun, and sometimes
it's super interesting. It's a very interesting religion if you, like, look into, like, the story of what Mormonism is.
Oh, for sure.
Like, it's one of those stories where you're like, wow, I, like, wouldn't have thought that this would be something that's a religion made of. And it's not even just a small religion, it's a huge religion.
Oh, yeah, no, massive, absolutely massive. It's I don't know. I don't understand, honestly. Like, when looking into it, I don't understand how, like, that could just go, and then there's, like, just tiny groups of them everywhere. But we even have a Mormon church here in Omaha.
I think we do.
We have 2?
Not in Omaha, but we have a couple with, like, I think there's one in...
Probably like Western Nebraska, maybe,
Yeah.
or one in Lincoln.
Oh yeah,
too.
no,
like,
there's
one
some
in,
in
like,
Nebraska,
Elkhorn or
but like
something.
no, there's one right. It's like 3 blocks up from Oakview Mall.
Oh yeah,
Church of Latter-day Saints.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Dude.
Mm-hmm.
The thing to me that's interesting is not only does Jesus have his own planet, but if you're great, you will get your own planet. Bruh.
Yeah.
I want some of that. I want a planet.
They're talking about rocks, right? Like that's what it's about, right?
the founders.
And the founders,
John Smith.
were coming up with
Jacob Smith.
these magic stones, right?
Yes.
Okay, what happened with these magic stones? Like they depicted exactly like this. It's that he was like, these are just stones, throws them out, right? And then some dude takes them, realizes what their power is, and it's like, whoa, these are cool. So he comes back, and he takes them back, and then founds this religion on some stones. Like,
Yeah, I think
like,
it
wait,
was.
what?
I believe
what is this? What's
it was
going
like
on?
they said that an angel dropped these stones off, and this man found them, and he was the only one who could interpret them. So he had to write these scriptures out himself, with like someone there, like writing it out. Like he would read off the scripture off of the stones to somebody who was writing it out for him, and that's what they used as their scripture, is what this man wrote off of, like reading stones.
Some
that he
rocks,
found.
bro.
Some
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, you ain't even gotta tell me. Like,
Yeah. It shits on my brain, no doubt. It really does.
It's interesting. I'm not talking on anybody.
No, and
but,
I'm not either.
To
But
me, I don't get it.
exactly. It was like, informationally speaking, I don't understand it, but the fact that it makes so much sense to so many people, it makes it intriguing to me.
Oh yeah, it's.
So, what happened after you moved from Salt Lake City? How'd you get into the Omaha music scene?
I was moved when I was super young because my mom married, and we moved out here to Omaha to start. I don't remember much of that because I was real young. And then we moved way out west, and that's where I graduated and went to college and all that fun stuff at. And then one day I was reintroduced to music again, and I showed up to this house party that there was some decks sitting out at, and I said, hey, let me see those kind of thing. And I had messed with them before, but fell out for a little bit, and came back and played them for a little bit, and then he actually showed me the post from the Cube saying, hey, open deck night. The very, very first one, like 5 years ago now.
Yeah, a
four,
while.
4 or 5.
Yeah, it was,
Yeah.
yeah, 4
And
years
that
ago.
kind of brought me back, and I did that, and that's where I met Dee and Zach and all them, and then I moved in with Dee like a month and a half later or something, and we just kind of toured around, went all over hell, played shows, and we did like Ranch Fest, and we went to Maine, and we went to Jungle Love.
That was
and,
with the homie from Kansas City, correct?
Ranch Fest?
Yes.
Yeah, I forget because
Zach.
Yes.
Yeah.
I met him at
Zach Johnson, I think.
I met him at Barely Alive at the Granada in 2018, or was it? No, it was 27. It was 2018.
Yeah, it was 2018.
Right before it was. I think it was a month before they were throwing it.
Yep.
And
it was.
yeah.
Cool dude.
Ranch Fest itself
Zach's
was.
are cool.
Zach's
are cool.
It was a really cool thing, I see what you did there.
Yep. Yep.
I saw the videos of them like where they did that like dumped.
Yeah,
ranch
we literally covered a dude in ranch.
Yeah.
On like a 95-degree day. And the only thing I could think about was shout out Cody Capel, Capzilla, Daddy Cap. The only thing I could think of when that happened was, oh my God, when that heats up, like what you were gonna reek.
Yeah.
The worst smell of your life.
We were actually on pagan grounds for that. It was interesting. And they watched it all happen and laughed at it a whole bunch, and then let him in the house to shower. So everything was cool. It was all good. We're like, yeah, we let him in a kiddie pool and covered him in like 16 bottles of ranch.
It was a lot of ranch.
That's
bro.
incredible.
They made like 20-foot tall ranch bottles that they put at the main stage too. Like those were the decorations on each side.
Yeah.
It was such a great time, bro. Oh, it was nice.
I remember hearing about this, and I was like, at first I was like, "You're joking, right?" And he showed me some pictures, and I was like, "That's actually so cool." I was
Right.
like, "Oh man."
Yeah, I actually have the mix on SoundCloud still from way back then.
From Ranch Fest?
Yeah.
Dude, nice.
Yep. It was. I haven't put anything on there forever, but I just make you come see me instead.
Hey, yeah,
But,
there you go.
Yeah, that was a good time. We had a great time and saw some real weird shit on pagan grounds. I believe it was the night of a full moon too.
Oh,
So things got a little weird, but we got them dancing to it and everything too. Like they had a great time, and me and Dee, his High Vibe Tribe, actually brought out a little van that had a power converter and threw the second stage for it. Even it was gnarly. It was a great time, and cleaned up it was like 3 miles of property. They did everything like right here in these 3 little areas, and then the campground did one of these up the property. Super cool.
wow.
Yeah, it was just one long road that you camped on. It was super cool. You got to talk to everybody on your way, and everybody was cool. There was no issues. And those security guards are still the ones that work with Zach too. So
that's cool, dude.
yeah, it's been a long thing.
An entire festival based around ranch
It's
that's exactly what I need in my life. That's inspiration right there,
it's a
dude.
Midwest thing, bro.
That was
It's a
it would have
Midwest
been at the
thing.
time when you were going to shows. This is like right before you started going to shows, like a bunch with us. You were going on and on.
Well, I remember Jeff Updike played at Ranch Fest because him and Lexi went. So I was like, Ranch Fest? What?
Dude, there was a whole squad of us for no
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah,
Going up to
Oh
Maine.
man, no.
it was.
Or was that in
that
KC
was,
or Missouri?
It was like 30 minutes outside of KC, I think.
Oh, bro, I should have gone. I should
And
have
we were
ranched
literally
myself up.
hidden in the valley of ranch. Like, you looked over where our stage was like down this hill, and you stood at the top where you left the main stage, and it was just this empty valley.
Oh my god.
It was literal a hidden valley
Oh my
ranch
goodness,
fest.
that's too perfect.
It was excellent. It was such a good time. I had a blast.
dude.
I had a blast.
So what are you kind of doing now then? Like what you got going on? What have you been doing since ranch time?
We went to Maine later that year, and then kind of just hung out and hunkered down, and I ended up going back to working a 9 to 5. Sadly,
Feel that?
But now I finally got a good job and stuff, and I've just been playing shows here and there since then, and bouncing around between when the Hideaway was a thing. I've been doing that, but COVID took that sadly, and other little projects along the way, and now it's just kind of hanging out and helping out with the warehouse and doing what I can amongst this lovely pandemic.
Right. Dude, that was going to be my next question too. Like, with this pandemic going on, how are you personally dealing with it? Like, how are you coping with the fact that we're stuck eternally right now?
So in the beginning it was kind of bad because it wasn't working and all that fun stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
So I spent all this time with myself, which is great. I love spending time with myself. But I'm a DJ. I like to get out and see people, socialize and do things. So after like a month, it drove me nuts. And I was like, I gotta do something. So go out for walks and started getting in shape and all that fun stuff. And then was like, you know what? I gotta figure something out. And talked to Elusive and got a job with Cheesecake. And it was like, oh, some time to not be at home and hung out and did all that. And now it's just kind of balancing the two. But other than that, it was a lot of music to start until that laptop incident I told you about earlier happened. Now I haven't had it since then. But other than that, it's just kind of play music here and there and survive and be safe until further notice, I guess.
Right.
That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah, dude, it is further
That's the best way I
notice.
can put it.
Dude, I saw the other day that we hit 700 new cases in a single day.
Oh,
Dude.
yeah, no, we're still rocking 600 for like the past 3.
Bro, the fact that our record that we set was like 360 the start of the pandemic, most cases a day, and then now 9 months later,
doubled it.
9 months later, everybody's just like, nah, I don't really care about it. It doesn't exist, and then double.
Here we go.
And people are still like, nah, it's fine. I'm not sick.
Right. Yeah,
Right.
no, and like even working at Cheesecake too, we serve so many people. I'm honestly very surprised that we never have an issue with it. But every day, every single person that walks through that door to come work and all that stuff is, you take your temperature and all that good stuff and get checked out, make sure you're okay, and you just kind of work through it and abide by the rules in case somebody does have it, and you do your best to stay away from it. But I don't think we've had any issues with it at all. So, right, absolutely. But, if you take the right precautions and people just do what, it's real simple to do what you got to do. And
It
if
is.
you just do it and we get it over with, we wouldn't be like the rest of Nebraska right now.
Yeah.
So.
Agreed there, dude. And that's all we really can do. Like, all we can do is take the precautions that we can,
Right.
and do what we can. Other than that, like, it's out of our control.
Right. What else? Are you going to go out and punch it? Like, what are you going to do? What are you
Dude,
going to do?
I wish.
You know?
I wish we could punch a giant
Right.
COVID.
Just punch a 19.
In any philosophy, if it's something that I cannot lay my hands on to, like, combat, like, if it's something that can hurt me but I can't hurt back, I'm afraid of it. Like, to an extent where, okay, so COVID's a different thing where it's like, statistically speaking, it probably wouldn't hurt me detrimentally. Like, I might get sick and have to go to the hospital, but, like, being young, knock on wood, most people aren't getting, like, ill to death from getting it.
Right, and being in well health and things like that.
Right,
all that
so,
stuff.
like, that's why I was like, okay, I can take some, calculated risks here, but then knowing that specifically, like, where there's no restrictions, everything was open back up, I'm like, it's going to happen again. Like, everybody does not give a fuck.
We all knew round 2 was coming.
Yeah, so I was like, I can't not go do things. I have to get some of this out before we get locked down again, because otherwise, if I get, like, I keep myself pent up, no one else is pent up, we get locked down again, and I can't leave, because as soon as a restriction comes saying, yep, you can't go anywhere, everywhere's closed, that's when it starts picking at me, where I'm like, all right, even if I wanted to and I don't, that's one thing. But if I want to and I can't, even like
Right.
it's totally different. Like, not being able to make that choice if I can or can't is what makes me stress
It's
out.
the rule thing. You want to
Yeah.
break the damn
Yes.
rules.
Severe oppositional defiance.
Yes.
Since I was a
there's
child.
rule there, I can't, I break it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah, and
I
people are.
relate so heavy to
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, and people are
Man.
doing that, but they're doing it in a way that's like, oh, masks? No. Nope. What are
Right.
those?
It's so simple to just do it and
Yeah,
just
it
get it
doesn't-
over with.
Yeah.
It was
Personally,
so-
it doesn't bug me
There's
that
so
much.
many
Like,
people that like. They're just every other country. We're the worst.
Yeah.
Like everybody else is just like, oh, okay, and then, boo. Oh,
Mhm.
now they're done. They get to not do stuff, and Americans can't leave the country because no other country wants to let them in right now.
No.
Because we handled this so
Y'all
poorly.
can't wear
Yeah.
masks.
Like,
Dude, and
come on.
other countries won't let people leave to go visit the United States for that same reason. Because they're like,
Exactly.
no, Americans are dumb. You are going to get COVID and infect this whole country.
Yep.
So,
Yep. So
Nope.
here we are.
So
Yeah.
you can go, but you're not coming back.
Right. You might as well get
One-way trip.
like a whole ass visa because
yeah, you're not going back.
passport ain't gonna do you any good this time.
No.
You're gonna be stuck for a minute.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You can stay there until they're done. And at this rate, we're not.
Not even done anytime
It's gonna
soon.
be
Yeah,
a
no.
minute. It's
Don't,
gonna
I
be a
have
little
no
bit.
clue. No. It's all up in the air. And I remember saying this like 3 or 4 months into the pandemic. I was like, yeah, I don't know when this is going to be over, but hopefully soon. And now I'm sitting here like, this is not ending anytime soon. Oh my
The
goodness.
first 3 or 4 months, I was like, "Oh, it'll be fine." Like, I kind of lied to myself. I was like, it'll be over." Like, not to stress myself out. And then about 6 months in, I'm like, "Okay,
Yep.
this sucks. This is not going to be over anytime soon." And since then, I was just like, "When it's over, it's over." Like, until then, we're just riding it out. Like,
Right.
it is what it is.
Right.
There's
that
not
was
anything I can do about it.
It started for me too, because like 2 weeks into when it started, I was working a petitioning job, and I like had just gotten it. I was loving it. I was having a great time, and then they went, "We're shut down." And I was like, "For what?" And they were like, "You know that COVID thing we've been talking about and being smart about and stuff? Yeah, it's too bad now, and we're getting shut down. So I guess we're all fired. File unemployment because I'm gonna do it too." And I was like, "Tight. Here
Yeah.
we go." Like, I guess this is it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that was a great start to all this, and then it turned into some fun stuff with music and things and self exploration with stuff, and then it just kind of leveled itself out, and here we are.
That aspect of like the very very like hair thin silver lining of us all getting a chance to step back from our day-to-day life and like evaluate ourselves, our goals, our aspirations, what we want to do. Like that's the one very small good thing that's come out of this is that like we're all able to take a minute and be like,
Oh, I know
who am
for
I?
sure. Your public lives have been, for lack of a better word, destroyed. But the people that you're with and the people that you love and all that good shit, those bonds have become so much stronger that you might not be able to go out and party and get drunk and do all this fun shit with all your friends, but maybe you needed that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you were drifting away from some people that you see every day or don't or whatever. Maybe you needed to drift back to those people, kind of thing. And it kind of forced you to do that, or it forced you to work on yourself, or it just, I kind of view it as like, if the universe was out there telling me what to do, it kind of went, everybody needs to just take a step back for a minute, so we're just going to hit you with this, and it kind of forced you to do it.
Yeah.
And honestly, I've really noticed a lot nicer people since this has started, to be honest with you, because people don't get social interaction anymore, so they don't take it for granted.
True.
And, like, I've had more people hold the door for me, more people, servers at my job and stuff are saying that they tip more and things like that, just because, you get that human interaction. Everybody doesn't just, oh, I'm going to see another human next time. Now it's like, I don't know what's going to happen, so like, I hope you have a good day and mean it, not be an asshole.
Yeah.
So it's, it's done its thing, but
I like that.
I feel like that's huge too, because like the amount of people that have been humanized because they've been taken out of their rut where they've been going day-to-day life doing 9 to 5, eating, sleeping, same hobby every day after work, working at whatever, but they have this routine that's set like to the hour every day, and all of a sudden it gets shattered, and they have a second to step back out of their lives and see what everybody else is doing, and then they start realizing, oh wow, like I'm not the only person in this world, and it's created this group of people that are like wanting to help each other.
yeah, and it's nice.
And it also makes all the people that don't give a fuck about anyone stand out really, really
Oh yeah,
strongly.
for sure. I have definitely, this has been the year for figuring out who your friends are.
Yeah,
For sure.
Agreed.
It's been a thing. So.
Which, I mean, it's not a fun thing, but it's a good thing. It's a great thing, honestly.
Right. In the end, it's beneficial. And,
Yeah.
it's more of a plus than a minus, so I'll take it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll take it.
Just checking. But yeah, in terms of music, in terms of you playing shows, I guess I have two questions. And I mean, I do see your Rhythm or Die tattoo, which is pretty sick, by the way. I don't know if you guys can see it there, but it's pretty cool. Yeah, check that out.
If you know me, you've seen it and probably asked me a question about it.
True, and I'm about to do the same.
Okay.
So,
what's up?
So first, it's a two-parter. So first, I want to know what's your favorite type of music to listen to, and then the second part is what's your favorite type of music to make if you were to make music.
Oof, see, that's a loaded question because as you guys have seen me play multiple times, I don't pick a genre.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I mean, I always play drum and bass. I do like drum and bass,
Mm-hmm.
but I do everything.
Love that.
Even to the point where, like, when I'm driving in my truck, I have this mode on my Pandora I like to call ADHD mode, where it's everything from maybe Funkcase to Alex Perez to Fleetwood Mac to Nelly to maybe some Trevor Hall, maybe some Action Bronson, some Suicide Boys, whatever, and I do everything.
Every spectrum in the entire existence of
Literally,
music.
that's why it's ADHD mode.
Yeah.
I like
the only
that.
thing that's not there is country, and that's okay.
Yeah,
I'm okay with
That's
that.
that's totally fine.
leave it out all the time for me.
When it comes to
Everybody has
music
preferences,
itself,
not mine.
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to music itself, drum and bass and halftime is obviously where my heart super lies. I do enjoy writing drum and bass a lot too, but it ultimately depends on the mood. Because I've written some house, I've written some halftime, I've written rhythm, I've written regular drum and bass, I've written some deep dub, I've written all kinds of stuff. And it just kind of depends on the mood, is really what it comes down to.
But you do like bass from what I'm hearing, though. You really like bass.
I only play the dark stuff.
Yes.
But I play everything.
Yes.
So, like, if I'm playing drum and bass, it's rollers or halftime. If I'm playing dubstep, it's most likely dubstep rhythm or closely related trap. Or if I'm playing dancey, it's going to be bass house, G house, maybe
My
speed
fave.
garage, maybe breakbeats, maybe, if I'm playing, it's dark.
I
but-
could fucks with it.
You
really
gotta
can't.
you gotta have a little bit of lightness here and there, just to give people a chance to breathe.
Mm-hmm.
But you get about 3 every hour you listen to me for about
Yep.
30 seconds.
I prefer it, honestly.
And, right, it's nice. It's great.
Yep.
Yeah, just a
I
little
think
bit
I
chill.
sweat as much as y'all do, just from fucking
Dude, yeah.
bouncing, bro.
Yeah.
Like, shit, we getting it.
That's the
Yeah.
kind of zone. That's
We
the kind
get
of zone
it.
I get
Mhm.
shit done with, like, on a daily
Right.
basis, where it's like, dark, dark, dark. One happy song slid in there, and then
Oh.
some. Yeah, it's like cool. Yeah, I can.
And you're like, oh, fuck yeah. Yeah,
Exactly.
just like that. It's on. It's great. It's a good time. They're probably inspired from, I've been playing instruments and stuff for my whole life, but I've always played, like,
What's
the
your favorite?
bass guitar, or the tuba, or the timpani drums,
Some deeps.
or not the xylophone,
The low
but the
lows.
marimba. Like,
The
it's
low
always
lows.
been the low stuff either way. I mean, I did play guitar, and I did do some backup screams for a punk band years
Love
ago,
that. I love
and all that fun stuff. But everything's always been the low end.
Do you have a favorite instrument that you've played? Like, enjoyed personally, not that like you like to hear, but like that you've enjoyed actually learning how to play.
I would probably say the guitar. Putting
classic.
putting the bass and guitar together. 'Cause they're
Right,
the
just
same
like that
But, like,
style of string
the-
instrument,
I
basically.
don't know. There's so much more going on all the time, and like we
Mm-hmm.
used to when dubstep was starting to get heavy. You had all these songs that was like, nobody can play an instrument, nobody plays the guitar, and all this stuff. You remember those vocals? From
Yep,
Forever?
I remember those exact vocals.
Stuff like that. Yep.
Mhm.
And back then it used to be, well, I do. Like,
Mhm.
I play some shit for my stuff, and then people like Boogie T started coming out, Sullivan King and them, that are playing guitar while they're spinning, and it was like revolutionary to that. That's when that stuff kind of stopped coming out. Remember? Yeah. Yeah, when they were like, oh, nobody plays an instrument.
Grizz
And then-
playing
and
sax
then they
while he's
did it.
spinning. Like,
Right, or like Dee's show, bringing out the Trip Brothers, playing
Dude.
trombone and sax
That
while
was
you're
just
spinning.
lovely.
Oh, they're beautiful.
That was insane.
Beautiful, beautiful people.
Insane.
That was a whole vibe.
Mhm.
Who else does it that's local that does it here?
We saw
trying to think.
Darkstar played the guitar at
I think
the
the
Gummies,
singer's
yeah.
name is Lindsay.
Not Lindsay Sterling.
Linear Symmetry. That's what it
yes.
is.
Yes.
Yep. They do it too. You know, she plays the violin and they kind of throw some loops in behind it and everything. Yep. And,
Yeah, Linear Symmetry. Dude, I haven't seen Linear Symmetry play in years.
They were here last year. A couple times.
Okay.
Yeah. But I think they were touring for doing a bunch of openings for like festivals and
They're
stuff.
kind of all over doing crazy shit.
Yeah, they were doing some.
We
bigger
brought them
festivals
out
and
to the
stuff.
first Independence Day when we did
Yeah,
that
I saw
too,
that.
like 3 years
really?
ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a great time. Oh my hell, it was pouring, absolutely pouring outside. So we had to pack everybody into the. It was basically like an airplane hangar that we put the stage in, and we packed it. The projector was hanging from right behind the door too. So like when it started raining real hard, we thought everything was gonna get broke, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So we got everybody inside because all your tents were fucked. It was over. Like it was a camping event. It rained so damn hard. It was over. So we packed everybody in and shut the doors and just rattled this thing for I want to say an hour and a half, 2 hours. They just ran it. We had such a good time. And right after their set, we noticed, or right before it ended, we noticed that it had rained so hard it was starting to flood out the silo, or the hangar too. So it was like getting dangerously close to equipment, and we were like on the verge of, okay, we got to shut this down.
Yeah.
And as soon as they finished and we opened up the doors, it just stopped raining. And we just took like shop brooms and shoved the water around and down the hill, and everybody went back and fixed their tents. And you either left that night because your shit was fucked and there was no way you were sleeping in it, or you were too drunk to go home and you slept in a lake of a tent and woke up in the morning. We all had like breakfast and still playing music and all that stuff. Had a good time, packed out and left. But yeah, we've had some stories, and
Dude,
Linear has killed it.
that's
Every single time I've seen them.
that's sweet. Yeah, that's super cool.
It's
dude,
wild.
rain at a festival, when you have to look in your tent, like you're outside, it's raining, and you open up your tent and you see a pool, you're just like, oh no. How do I do any of this? Like I have to unstake it, I have to pull it over, like unflood my tent. Everything in there is wet. What do I do?
I save it for the morning.
Yeah, I'm
I
sleeping
go
going
in,
to my car.
I open up the thing, and I go,
I'm going to sleep in my car.
nice.
Yep. Like this
Zip
is
it back
tomorrow
up and
me's
leave.
problem. Yep.
I'll take care of this in the morning when it stops.
I have passed out in my
doing
car
this.
more than once at festivals doing that.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yep.
For
Mudfest.
sure.
Mm-hmm.
Go
Good old
leave my-
strange mud.
leave my-
Dude, you were there?
No.
Oh my
But I've
goodness.
heard many a story. I was
Oh,
not
my
around
goodness.
for that, but I have heard many a story.
That
about
wasn't even a
strange mud.
puddle. That was a lake.
I saw
Everything
pictures
was.
from Swamp Fest at Dance Fest the year before. When it was 2016.
Mm-hmm.
It was. I went to the same venue the year after, and there's so much dirt. I was like, I can't imagine it raining a little bit here. But it was-
Yeah. Yeah. Things. I've heard some stories about that fun stuff.
In my second year at Dance Fest, it got so like humid outside from the rain that my phone wouldn't charge because the charging port was like detecting moisture. So my phone was dead the whole second day.
That's how Range Fest was. It was so humid, and there was just stale air.
It sucked because it was so
Wind
nice
didn't
out because it
blow.
was hot and then it rained and it was just like it was kind of like sticky out, but it was like 75 degrees in the morning, so it was like beautiful, but it was so wet that like none of my electronics would work. So I was just like, all right, it's nature today then.
Right.
Yep.
It's Nature Day
Yep.
right
We
now.
getting it. My feet were, because it rained the night before and I wore slides all
Careful, you
night.
get that gangrene. It's over.
Bro, I had the biggest blisters on my feet I have ever had because I was wearing slides while it was pouring down rain for an entire night of like sets. And I woke up the next morning and like stepped and I was like, ah, like what?
Like, somebody give me a piggyback ride.
Too
All
right.
day.
Yeah.
I said, I'm two socking it today.
Yep.
Yeah, dude. Double
Yep.
socks.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, before we get into the King's Cup drinking game, what would you say are your biggest musical inspirations as artists? Like, who made you be like, I love this, or I want to do this?
You know what?
Artist inspirations in general.
100% original. Bless his soul. R.I.P. Cookie.
Cookie Monster.
100%.
That one's fresh too.
I know. That's why I said that man, Cookie Monster, Funk Case.
Mm.
Let's see. Oh, that's a long ways back.
I heard that remix that he did with Abstract,
Abstract's excellent.
It was one of his songs. I think it was House that he did. There was Show Me Your House. So he just released it recently, and there was 5 artists that did remixes with him. It was Font Case, Tynan.
Tynan's good shit too.
There was 3 other artists. I can't remember who all of them were.
I love when you don't see that anymore. It's like somebody featuring somebody, not Taboo and Abstract and Tynan and this and that and that and this. It's not that anymore. But like that's when a lot of my inspiration came out, because then they were writing like, which I see where the multi-genreness comes from, because then they were writing like a song that would have 6 different breakdowns, and the time it was supposed to have 2, and every one of them were a separate genre, and I loved it.
Yeah, right.
I was about it.
Yeah, right. Say
It
about
was tight.
3 years ago when I came to scene, a lot of music was like that, where I'd get like 3 genres in like a 3-minute song, like where like I could just get
You're like,
smacked
wait,
everything,
what?
and I'm just like,
Hold
I
on.
love all of that, but
Wait,
I'm like, I
hold on.
can't
What
find
just
another
happened?
song that has just that. Like, so I'm like, what genre is this? So like, well, it's not one. There's a bunch. And I'm like, excuse you? Like, what is that
Yeah,
even?
and then when you go to DJ them, it really sucks, because a lot of them will, your program analyzes one tempo for your song.
Mm-hmm.
It will not analyze so you can change tempo in a song, okay? It won't tell you that happens.
Yeah, so it just changes it by itself.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It takes an average of what it is. And then so you're like, maybe you're playing some, whatever, and then all of a sudden it decides to drop to a dubstep drop, which it does a lot. Sometimes it'll stay in time, and other times you'll go from 128 to not even an equal half of 70. You'll be like, what in the hell is damn, okay, all right.
That's a real big tempo switch.
But it
there.
won't tell you either. You just have to
You're
hear
just
it
there.
and figure it out. And then by the time you're like, oh, now this is dubstep, so you throw the earphone on and you change it, right? You get the song load and you cue it in and all this good stuff, and then it snaps back to house and you go,
Oh.
so you do it again.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, those are fun times. Those are the best. But like either way, I mean that's my thing. I don't like the same repetitive stuff all night, which is weird that I like house, because house is the same beat all night long. But
there's so many variants of the same beat that I'm the same way. I love. I can
Right.
listen to house all day.
all day long.
You can
All
ask
day
Zach.
long.
I will favorite almost every house song that I listen to, just
Yep.
because, even though it gives me it makes me want to dance in the same way. Like it's always different to me. Like every song hits me in a different way.
Absolutely.
So
They're all different. Maybe it's the hi-hat that has a different delay on it, or a different effect, or maybe the bass beat has a little bit less of a punch and a little more softness to it. Like it might even be just that subtle of a change, but it's so
where it closes at the right time, or it opens up
just
like more
damn.
than.
It's so good.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's so true. I never thought about it like that. Like where there's always at least one part of a house song where I'm just like,
something.
it just hits me every time. Where it's like all the
Every
rest
time.
of it might not like resonate with me as much, but there's one part where I'm just like, I love this. Like,
All right.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. Doesn't
Yes.
miss.
Yeah, it's a great time. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Awesome.
Yeah, Patrick loves house. Patrick is a house man.
I went from house to drum and bass because I was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. And then I went, let's go faster.
Gotta speed it up.
Yeah, that was kind of like where I was introduced into electronic music with dubstep, and I was like, okay, yeah, this is sick. Like, I love all of this, because I've always been like a hip hop person. So like, I love like the beats and the breakdowns that they have in hip hop music. Where I'm like,
Right.
okay, having a sub, turning everything up, like just deafening myself. And I
Right.
saw what they're doing in electronic shows, and I was like,
You were
I
like,
need that.
That's even better.
I was
Let's
like,
go there.
take me there.
Yes.
And then I went, and I was like, okay, this is way more than I was expecting. I'm like, there is a whole world for me to explore
Oh, yeah,
here.
dude, it's a whole
And
new...
I'm almost 4 years deep now, and I'm just like, I still feel like a baby. Like I'm like, I have so much more to explore at all times. And it was funny seeing me go from dubstep and like kind of introduced into big artists, and then kind of falling into more underground and new artists, and then
And you were like,
finding
"Ooh,
my own
fact. Ooh."
beat. And I was like, okay. And I was like, okay, so when I'm finding music myself and looking at artists that I like, I'm like, house was just hitting like almost every artist I listen to. I'm like, I love this. Like, I just can't stop. And then I had, like where I was taking lessons from Danny for a little bit. He showed me a drum and bass track that he made at the time And I was like,
And you were like, oh.
what in the world is this gorgeous thing that you are
Yes.
showing me? Like, it's so much, but in the best way.
Yes.
And hearing more and more, like, I went to a show, one of Cupid's shows, and Mountain was playing a jungle set, and
You were like, ooh.
yeah, I say, after I heard jungle, I was like, all right, all of this is hitting right in the right spot. So I was like, it's just like seeing all these different genres that aren't as, I guess, appreciated in town as, like, you know, heavy dub and, you know, rhythm and stuff
it's not that. It's
Well,
just not recognized here.
Yes, that's what I see. Is it's not like it's appreciated from like a smaller standpoint, like just as much as everybody appreciates, you know, dubstep from a bigger community, I guess. But it's just like you said, it's smaller shows. There's like, you know, it's not like spread around. People don't hear about it as much unless you know the right people.
Right.
It's just, but once I found these things, I was like, all right, I might like. I was like, why don't we have people let more people go to this? Because if we could have bigger shows of this, I would be stuck. Like I'm already stuck, but I'd be way stuck.
And when everything went down with, like, when I was working with Activate a whole bunch too, that's what I did. I went, oh, there's like this tiny little community that just, there's a whole bunch of diehard fans, and they're just ready to get down every month. And then I went, well, why does it have to be them? So after I separated from that and drafted Hidden Stone with the Hideaway and all that stuff, that's when it became, oh, well, what if I book a house, a dubstep, a breakbeats, a drum and bass, a deep dub, and a psytrance, and one hardstyle DJ, all in the same night?
Oh, I love that.
What's going to happen?
I would
And
love that.
a lot of Omaha went, packed, gone, packed, gone, packed, gone, packed, gone. But that was a while ago. And now, like with when we did the silent disco and when Dee did his show on Halloween and kind of mixed up the genres a little bit, now everybody kicks it.
Yep.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I loved it. Like,
Well, it was like that relation with
finally there to where everybody can appreciate all of it, not just come out to hear Boogie T all night or Ganja White Night all night. Love them, but give me some variation. Let's do it.
Yeah.
If we could get a abstract or like a big house artist show, even relatively close to the Midwest, I would
How much money you got?
spend so much money.
Let's-
I would spend so much money.
When we brought Diesel Boy out, in partnership with the Royal Grove, and they took care of a lot of that. Well, I mean, it was kind of like 50-50 run around. But Diesel Boy's ticket out just to pay for him, get his hotel, and pay him for his set was like, I want to say it was a couple $100 shy of $3,000. And
It's not that bad.
That was him not bringing equipment. That was him already knowing the dude who runs the Royal Grove. That was him already being there years and years ago and stuff like that. So like it was a whole deal, but like with his rider, with his hotel stay, everything else, I think his set alone was 2 hours. We had to bring 4 CDJs, and just for him to play what a killer 4-track D&B set. Oh my hell.
Oh my god.
Wow. But just to have him play that set was $2,200 for 2 hours. And like I was like, whoa. Damn. I was like, oh shit. Thanks for helping. Like, damn. But like, you know, they used to bring out Darude and all that other stuff too. So like bringing out giant artists like that wasn't a big deal.
Yeah.
So it was a fun time, but I couldn't afford it, especially not now.
Yeah.
I mean, that's something I would look into and be like, all right, just I
Are
need
you
to like
gonna
give me
bring
pricing.
people out for a 25% capacity show?
No.
I
I said
don't
I
think
just want to know what pricing is. So when this is like, because now is a good time to save for it. You
Hit 'em
know,
up.
True.
A lot of the times you can either go through like their Instagram or Facebook and find their booking agent on their business page, or you can just send them a message and be like, hey, how do I do this? And they'll be like, here's my information. Because
Simple
9
enough.
times out of
Manager
10,
stuff.
they don't do it either. I ain't gonna run an Instagram with 30 million people on it. I ain't gonna shit. I ain't got that much time in a day. Like no. So if that happens, you know, they can either set up an auto response or something like that that will direct you in the right way to do that. And it's honestly easier than ever to get a hold of that. You don't have to figure out the email anymore. Email a booking agent and then wait for a calendar to return to see when they have time and what fits in with what tours and what discounts you can get for fitting in the tours or not or this or that. Now it's just send somebody a message and you figure it out real quick.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice. It makes variety very, very much easier to get a hold of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
You get like an almost instant, like, I'm talking to the artist or somebody knowing the artist,
Right,
not...
like right there. And
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, it's their best friend. They're like, yeah, bro, so this dude just hit me up. You want to play a show in Omaha, Nebraska? Like, oh, okay, let's figure it out.
Yep.
Ta-da.
That's
Not,
how it goes.
I can't imagine when we brought in Six Block, I can't imagine what it was like to bring him in 20 years ago, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Can't imagine how many people I had to call and where I had to send money and wire this or send a check here, Walmart to Walmart this or Western Union or whatever, like however I had to do it. I can't imagine how long it would take to actually, it would probably take 2 months just to get somebody confirmed to book and then 6 months to book them out.
Yeah.
So I am thankful for technology in that way for sure.
Yeah, that has helped.
Yeah.
Truth.
A lot.
A lot, boys. I think now would probably be the best time to go into our drinking game, if you're down. So since you're our special guest of the evening, Jacob, if you would like to go ahead, draw the first card.
Plus, we always go over the card with the guests anyways in case they want to play, like the people want to play.
Floor. Touch the floor as fast as you can.
I lose.
Gotta drink up your margarita, Patrick.
Do I have to put this in here now?
Yep.
Right. Okay. It's been a minute.
Hey, you're good, man.
Oh,
we
that's a lot
love
of
playing this
tequila.
game.
That's about all it is. So.
Yeah.
There we go.
True, you got it. You got it down. Alrighty. Your turn, Patrick.
Lovely. 5 is guys.
Cheers to that. All right. 9, rhyme. So this one, I say a word, you guys have to rhyme with it. We keep going around. Person who can't rhyme has to drink. So I'll do plum.
Bum.
Thumb.
Come.
Scum.
I don't know. Is there anything else that even rhymes?
I was thinking that too. I don't know.
Rum.
Rum.
My alcoholic ass should have
Hum.
known that.
If we were British, mum.
Mum. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you're right. That would rhyme.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Oh, goodness. All right.
Yep.
Great. You got this, Jacob. All you. 2, which is you. So you get to pick somebody to drink.
You.
All right. I'll take it.
Three is
The
me,
opposite. Yep.
which means I have to drink.
Yeah.
I tried to save you, bro.
I know. That's all I was like.
I
I
really
really appreciated that, and then the cards got me anyways. It's because I make fun of Zach shuffling all the time.
It's true. This is
It's
a
not
fact.
nice of me, but I'll teach you how to shuffle, Zach.
I mean,
Oh,
that's
shit.
fine. I'll just cut out your shuffling every time. I don't
I
need
know
to
that's
know.
fine. That's
I don't need to know. I'll watch you. I'll watch the master at his craft.
okay. Cool.
You're the manager. You're the shuffling manager, okay?
I keep it close to my heart because my grandmother taught me how to shuffle cards. Okay.
Right. Yeah, mine's dead.
One of mine is actually both my grandmas are alive.
Same. Wait,
Well,
no.
both-
Both of mine are dead.
This got deep.
Nice.
Damn.
I'll drink again to that.
Amen.
My dad taught me poker, and
Mine too.
so I know to shuffle cards very well.
My dad taught me poker too.
You know
but he
the
never taught me to shuffle.
3-time rule.
Mm.
Yeah, that's what I was like. I'm like, Zach, you only have to do it 3 times, and no more, no less. 3 times,
That's it.
and it's good.
That's it. Yeah.
9 again.
Boy.
Another rhyme.
Hey, that's
You can't pick the word. It's his turn.
True.
you're right.
Jeez.
Sorry.
So I'd say door.
Floor.
Core.
Score.
4.
Bore.
Snore.
Tor.
The other bore. There's the
You
pig
can't
in-
do that.
Yeah, you can.
Damn it.
If you got another one, you can do it. If there's a double entendre.
Spore.
Core.
I did say core.
Can I do another one? I have millions.
Go for it. Go for it.
Store.
Pour.
Tor.
Lore.
The other type of pour.
You're a
The
piece
other
of
type
crap.
of Tor.
True.
Roar.
Sore. I was gonna say the other type of sore.
See, I was gonna say more, gore, floor. I don't think we
I said floor.
Yep.
Okay.
Or he said floor.
You got a drink on that one.
Yeah, I only get one redo.
Yep.
I'll take that for sure.
I'll just give up Isaac.
No. That's totally fair.
Let's see it.
I do that all the time. If we get
7. The
If we get-
opposite of floor.
God damn it.
Damn.
If we get rhyme, I'll quit within the first, or not rhyme. If we get questions, I hate it. I hate it. I don't like questions. I like
see it.
statements.
Let's see you draw a question right now.
Right now.
10 categories.
Oh. Okay, not a queen.
Oh, fuck.
So this
I
one.
forgot about it.
Yep. Patrick picks a category. We have to say things within that category. And if we do not, we lose.
It's a good one that we haven't done. Chain restaurants.
All right. You started out.
Applebee's.
Chili's.
The Cheesecake Factory.
DJs.
Village Inn.
Burger King.
IHOP.
McDonald's.
Denny's.
Taco Bell.
Long John Silver's.
Freddy's.
That's another good one. Five Guys.
Raising Cane's.
Wiener Schnitzel.
Wow. Sonic.
Ooh, Sonic was a good. Wendy's.
In-N-Out.
Whataburger.
Shake Shack.
Pepper Jacks.
Qdoba.
Pizza Hut.
Arctic Circle.
Chili's. Or no, Chipotle is what I meant.
Chipotle. Okay, I'll take it. If he had one more second in between those, I would have been like...
I just slipped on my word. I
yep,
promised.
Yep. Domino's.
Papa John's.
Pizza Hut.
I said Pizza Hut.
I'll take that one.
Got him.
Got me on pizza.
If it's another 9, I swear to God.
King.
Oh, no.
The name of the game. I always seem to pull it. So I get to make a rule, and if we break it, whoever breaks it has to drink.
This is an awful card. It's the worst card. At
I'll just do
least Reese isn't here to get the card anymore, because when he had the card, it was
the worst.
He was a devil.
It was torture rules. So
No, eye contact was his favorite. Like, you couldn't look anybody in the face.
I'll do an easy one, but one that's easily forgettable. So I'll do every time you have to draw a card, you have to use both hands to pick it up.
Do a different one. When you do, this is the second time you've done that one in the past, 3 podcasts.
It's effective.
Okay.
Sorry.
Third
No
time.
eye contact.
All right, I'd ask for that.
You did. You did indeed.
Don't you dare test my rules, Patrick. I will pull a Reese.
You're so creative. You picked a new rule.
I did. Yep. No eye contact with Patrick.
Cool. I didn't want anybody to look at my face anyways.
Yeah, we can chill.
All right, what's up?
Yeah, we're
How
chilling.
you doing?
So I can't make eye contact with anybody either?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. I didn't want to look at y'all. Y'all are doing me a favor, so.
Yeah. Oh, shit, bud.
Patrick, you stacked this deck. Look at this.
Oof.
You can look at the card.
Oof.
I'm not taking any chances, okay? I saw it. I see it. I see
All right.
it.
All right, so.
Don't worry about it.
All
Dude, the first rule was literally the easiest thing I've ever done in my life.
right, so.
Well, at least looking at you, Zach. I'm kind of sad I can't look at Jacob.
He dreams about me, so he doesn't have to look at me like during the physical realm.
No, I see you in my nightmares. Of course I don't have to fucking look at you.
I'm coming up at you like, hey, what's up, buddy?
You're just like, hey, oh yeah. In my dreams.
I try to always be there for my
Something
people.
outlandish happens, I just have Zach, yeah. In my dreams.
Good.
I'm like,
Okay.
well, I know what's outlandish now.
Oh, no, I won't do that. Okay. So, for the rest of the game, you have to keep your left elbow on the table.
Left elbow on the table.
On the table.
Gotcha. I'm gonna forget. That's a good rule.
Yeah.
I'm gonna forget about that.
So did it because both of you had your right elbow.
Yep. That's effective.
I'm a lefty, so that's easy.
Easy. No, because you're gonna want to use the left one. Ooh.
Nah.
It was close.
Ooh.
Lefties are more prone to be ambidextrous.
You're gonna want to use the left one to do what you gotta do, though.
Said who?
At least I didn't do the both hands. That would have made it super tough.
I did stack this deck.
Patrick! 3 kings! What are we? The entire
I nullify
story of Jesus?
both rules.
You can do that.
Oh, alright.
All right. Elbow.
And that's what I get.
That's it. That's it.
It's how the cookie crumbles.
And we did set the rule that we're chugging it, so.
Yep. Got this, Patrick. Oh my God!
You're so carbonated.
You
They're so
throat
carbonated.
goat. How the fuck did you just do that? Oh my God!
Jesus.
I'll put that over here. Well,
I need
I
a
lost.
drink after
yeah,
that.
same.
It's cool. I didn't even get through my first drink, but I mean, I guess I got through several drinks with this
Well done.
margarita.
Well, whew. Is there anything that you want to shout out, Jacob?
Oh, just people that have been keeping going, you know. Shout out to D, of course, for throwing safe shows and ridiculously large parties and being very safe with them and everything. And
Mm-hmm.
shout out to Pat with Dreamscape and
Yep.
all that fun
Love
stuff. And,
God bless both of them.
you know, just pretty much just a huge fat shout out to everybody doing what they're supposed to do and trying to help end this thing and so we can get back to throwing Ragers every week and not have to worry about standing 6 feet away from everybody
Mm-hmm.
and not wear a mask. It doesn't really bother me, but it's kind of weird to just look at everybody's eyes all night.
Yeah, that's all you see. Just
Yeah.
eyes.
You
That's
don't,
like
know,
one of
you
those
don't know what's
things-
going on. You
That's
know,
like one of
you
those
can't
things
see.
that shows you get, like, you're like, oh yeah, like you can wear masks sometimes just for, like, you know, like the effect of wearing them at a show, but now it's like, okay, now all
Yeah.
these masks that I bought for fun are now things that I can use that I have to have on to go into a
Mandatory.
store.
Yep.
Right. You know,
Mhm.
it's different. But yeah, I mean, other than
It's
that,
that rule
shout
breaking
out
thing.
you
like-
guys for
Shout out you.
doing what you do.
Appreciate
and these
you, bro.
podcasts, all that fun shit. And we'll just wait and see what goes on and
Yeah.
be safe, I guess, and
We'll have to see
wait
what
for the next step.
Yeah.
see what
Because,
this year brings us
shit's,
towards the end.
Shout outs to 2021.
Hopefully
for
everybody
hopefully
has
being
a
better.
good Thanksgiving and a good Christmas. Holidays are coming up.
Mhm.
Nope. Oh, there you go.
Yep.
Shout
Something to
outs
look forward
to
Hope everybody's gonna have as planning for safe Thanksgivings and whatever they need to do to be able to share love with their families,
Most
but
of all,
also not get anybody sick.
fill up on your favorite foods because everybody
Yep.
makes their favorite foods for Thanksgiving.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Make
We need to
sure
make a list
make
for
sure your
Thanksgiving.
turkey wears a mask.
We have to make
Yes.
a list of what we're making and then what we
At
need
the
to
stuff
make
hole.
what we're making.
Yeah.
Not the
Yeah.
stuff at home.
The stuff hole needs
there's
to have
there's
a
no
mask
head
on
there
it.
anymore, so
True. Oh, true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. That's the stuff hole. I love it. That's so accurate. Because yeah.
It is a stuff hole.
Make
By
sure your
definition.
stuff hole wears a mask. Whatever that means to you.
Cover your stuff hole. Make sure yep.
Your stuff hole's covered.
Yep.
So
Cover up.
thank you again, Jacob, for coming on. Where can we find you on social media?
At goddamn Gargoyle, almost everywhere.
Goddamn
Unless it's
Gargoyle.
Facebook, because Facebook hates @signs. So that one's at Gargoyle Spins.
Nice.
Perfect. You heard it here, folks. Keep an eye out for the things that he's doing. Thank you again so much for coming on this podcast. It's been incredible, Jacob. Shout out to our sponsors. Shout out mostly, though, to you guys. Thank you always for listening, watching, whatever it may be. You're the reason we do this. We want to connect with people. And subscribe to our YouTube. So thank you all. Have a great night.